So now you have a portfolio. You know how to access it. So how do you work on it? So this video will actually take you in and show you how to access the individual pages and how to begin working on it. It'll also take you into some of your settings so you can understand what you can control and what you can't. And then also, we already discussed sharing and permissions, but we'll do that a little bit further. So you need to pull up a Google page. Let's start from the beginning. I'm already logged into my student account. If you're not sure how to log into your student account, then go back to our first video and it'll show you how to get in here. But basically, when you log in to Google for the first time, you're going to see this screen here, which takes you into your school email. But right now, what I would like to do is take you into your Google Sites. Again, if you don't see this icon here, you need to go down into More or log into Google Sites with your Pemmy Baker account information, and you'll be able to access your site there. But basically, it's all going to lead you to the same place. We're going to go into our Google Sites. Here I have two that I created. Again, just to show you that you can create more than one. If you get in and you've made a lot of errors, or you delete something by accident, or you're just not comfortable with some of the changes that you've made, and you get yourself into a situation that you can't get out of, just go get another copy of the template. Another option too is to make sure that if you have a full portfolio and you're afraid you're going to lose it, then make a copy of it. We'll talk about that when we get into settings a little bit. So just so you know, you can back up your portfolio so you don't lose it, and then that way you can feel completely comfortable to get in there and experiment with some of the pages and make some changes. So now I'm in the portfolio. And if you can see, there aren't many changes as far as the structure and format. We still have our student profile page. This is where your image and your essay will go. A minimum of 3 paragraphs, and it should be a positive profile essay. That's something you can discuss with your English teachers or come on into the computer lab to get some help with, and then you have to have an appropriate image. And if you're not sure what that means, then stop by. You can ask, stop by the library. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you set up and know what's acceptable and not on your profile page. Notice you actually, this is the name that we put in the beginning when we were transferring over the template. You can actually go in and change this if you don't like the way it looks. If you'd like to take out your middle initial or keep it in, or you spelled something correctly, maybe there's a typo, you can actually go in here and change this anytime. These are our academic, social, and civic expectations. So basically, the school says that these are the things that you need to know and be able to do. We have 5 academic, 2 social, and 1 civic. In each section, if I go down to, you're going to see that you need 3 artifacts. 3 is the minimum, but there is no maximum. You can easily add more to this page if you feel that sometimes I have students that will have 5 or 6 pieces of work, but you need a minimum of 3. If you're not sure what is proficient in written communication, we've included the rubric. So you can actually click on the school-wide rubric and you can review what it means to be proficient. If you're developing, if you feel this piece of work falls in the developing or beginning stages, this is probably not something you want to put in your portfolio, because technically you need to be proficient to prepare for graduation. Go back again. And this is the same for all 5 of the expectations. Social is the same. For collaboration, for example, again, we have the rubric, we have the definition. Here it says, feel free to delete this text and add images, videos, or other supporting materials. So you can delete this text once you're confident with the page. Keep your reflection section, and if you have images that support some of the examples, or you have a video or something that you'd like to decorate and change around this page, feel free to do so. The more technology you use in this, the more tech savvy you come across. So you want to make sure that you take advantage of some of the space here and decorate it the way, just so you personalize your portfolio a little bit. Here's your civic duty section, and there's only one, so it's on the main page, but they're all set up basically the same. It says, also, as evidence, attach 3 pieces of work. So notice you have your reflections here, and then your attachments here. So when you're ready, you're going to click on Add File. I'll just I'm actually going to add an image. So you can actually add an image as an attachment. So here's my custom logo. So up here, when I'm ready to work, I'm going to make sure that it's obvious what you're reflecting on. So make sure if this is artifact 1, refer to the custom logo or whatever your artifact 1 is as you answer the following 3 questions. What is it? What did you learn? And why do you think this work is proficient or advanced? Because again, it can't be anything but. So why is it advanced? How did you meet the school expectations? So you might want to refer back to the rubric so that you know exactly what is proficient and advanced. And make sure that you show that you do know how to write a reflection. Reflecting on your learning, why is that important? Is it about the assignment itself? No. Is your assignment going to be regraded? No. But you should be able to reflect on that assignment to know what you've learned about yourself. Best work is required in your portfolio. So basically, after you're done building your portfolio and you have quite a few samples of work, you want to go through and figure out what is your best work. What knowledge, skills, abilities, or personal characteristics are beginning to emerge? Are you an artist? Are you a musician? Learn to recognize what your knowledge, skill, and personal characteristics are so you know how to start thinking about and planning your future. This is a great place to add any additional portfolios that may be content specific. Oftentimes students will have an art portfolio or a music portfolio or a writing portfolio. This would be a great place to embed that work, but you have to determine what you want this page to look like and hopefully have some creative freedom to do something that maybe we haven't thought of yet. K through 8 portfolio. You can see that this page is not required. Even though it's not required, there are still quite a few students that are coming up to the high school with portfolios. So, but where do they put them? Because your K through 8 portfolio is not part of your high school portfolio, but it is certainly a part of who you are. And wouldn't it be nice to have all of your work gathered into one space? So in a portfolio, you have the option to create a hyperlink or embed. Reflect on your learning. Make observations about your growth as a learner and a person. So your K through 8 portfolio could go here, but again, it's not required. Here's how you submit your portfolio. Once your portfolio is complete, you're going to go to Submit Portfolio, and this will use as a self-assessment, basically a checklist for you to determine if you've met the portfolio requirements. Last name, first name, year of graduation. How can we contact you if we have any issues or concerns? Sometimes you might share your portfolio and you forgot to set up that permissions, so we don't have access to your portfolio. So that's why it's important to make sure that you give us access to your portfolio so we can give you credit. Rate the overall quality of your portfolio. So do you consider your portfolio to be advanced, or do you consider your portfolio to be proficient? Do you feel that you've completed the PRHS's 21st Century School-Wide Learning Expectations, yes or no? I mean, you know if you can read, write, give a presentation, if you're connected to the community, you decide. This one's tough. It says paste the URL of your portfolio here, and it's required. Because what this does is it actually puts all of your portfolios in one place for easy access. So this is definitely required. I'm going to actually take you in and show you how to do that just so you don't have any questions. So we're going to go back to your portfolio. We'll just go back. And we want to be able to view your portfolio or share. So let's go into the settings, sharing and permissions. And then this is your link right here, link to share. So when you're filling out that form, you're going to right click and copy. Let's go back to the form. And then you're going to come here, right click and paste it in here. We cannot review your portfolio and give you credit if we do not get this link. Do you have a digital image on the cover of your portfolio? Again, this is required. Yes or no? If you've looked and you don't have it, then it's probably not time to fill out this form. Do you have a personal essay on the cover of your portfolio? Required. This is must be a minimum of 3 paragraphs, and there is no maximum. So double check that and make sure. Did you upload and reflect on your best work? This is required. You collect, select, and reflect on your best pieces of work. This is also a great place to show off any technical skill. The minimum is one overall piece. There is no maximum. So in best work, you might have several things that you are particularly good at, and you want to kind of build that page to reflect that. Again, there's no maximum, but you must have at least one piece that shows off your overall knowledge and skill. This just takes you through one by one. Do you have written communication, oral presentations, critical thinking, information literacy? So basically you have to have an attachment and a reflection for each one. Does your portfolio include any of the following? You must check multiple answers. You must have a minimum of 2 for proficient, 4 will be considered more advanced. This will change as our portfolio program begins to grow. Google presentation, a Google Doc, Google Calendar, Form, Google Drawing. Although these are the most popular, there are many, many, many forms of apps or different pieces of equipment you can use. You can list other. Again, as we begin to grow, this list may grow, but these are just the basics. But feel free to use as many as you might even be able to just kind of document how many different pieces of technology you've used through Google. Does your portfolio include any of the following? 3 to be proficient, 4 will be considered advanced. A blog or a wiki, images, maybe an Excel spreadsheet as opposed to a Google Sheet, podcast, audio, PowerPoint, pamphlets, slideshows, videos. There's a minimum of 3 to be considered proficient. This is not required. This next one, it says, did you design your own header to personalize your portfolio? This is for you art students out there. You have the option to create your own header in your portfolio. I can show you some examples in just a minute. This is not required, but it's a great way to personalize your portfolio so it stands out. By submitting this form, you understand that you are claiming that your portfolio is complete and you have met all of the PRHS's 21st Century Learning expectations. Congratulations and best of luck to you as you prepare for graduation. So by selecting this, and this is not required. This might actually even be taken out because this does not require a response. And then select submit. So when do you do this? When do you actually use this form? This form is to be used when your portfolio is